Hey guys, it's Caleb from Rokblokz. Today in the shop we got the Civic Type R. We got a new mud flap and splash guard kit for you, so let's go ahead and show you how to install it. Here we have the tools laid down that you'll need for install. You'll need a Phillips head screwdriver, some pry tools, and a level. Here we have your front laid out. What you'll get in your kit is your mud flap or splash guard for that corner. Then you'll also get your block off plates or your mesh plate for the front vent, and then the hardware. We'll go ahead and put a breakdown of that hardware on the screen right now. Before we head over to the car, we're going to choose which one we're going to use as far as if we want the vent fully blocked off, if we want the mesh protection in there for large stones and to allow the vent to be functional, or if we don't mind and we can just install the flap or splash guard by themselves and just have the vent unobstructed. So for today's install, we're just going to pick the hex plate. We'll set the full block off plate to the side. Now we'll head to the car and begin installing. Here we are at the front fender. We're going to begin by removing the factory screws located here, here, and here, and then the final two factory inserts located here and here. With the inserts, you'll just use your pry tool. The factory ones are pretty stubborn and you may end up breaking them. We've loosened ours. We're just going to pull them out. And then with the factory screws, it's just a Phillips head drive or a Phillips head screwdriver. We're just going to go ahead, get those out of the way, and set those to the side. Now we're going to take our mesh block off piece and we're going to put it behind the liner. So we're going to peel the liner out and then we're going to tuck it in behind the liner, aligning the upper hole and the bottom hole with the holes in the fender vent right here. Now we're just going to take the liner, tuck it back into its original place, get that all adjusted. We're going to grab our large inserts. We're going to secure that mesh right there. Now with our inserts in place and our liner fully tucked back into position, we're going to grab our mud flap and we're going to grab one of our 1-inch screws, the button heads with a dress washer, and we're going to start with the factory mounting points. That is what the number 10 screws will be used for, is just those OEM locations. So we're going to go ahead and get it hung up there. We'll grab another 1-inch button head with dress washer and we're going to put that at the other two locations here and here. Those all aligned, we're going to go ahead and we're going to just lightly snug those down. Just enough that the flap can still move in and out. There we go. Now we're going to grab our 1-inch countersink screws. The number 14s will be going into the large inserts that we placed at the top and bottom of the fender vent. Now we're going to go ahead and snug those down as well. Again, we don't want anything fully tightened down right now. We want to still be able to move our flap around. So now we're going to grab our level. We're going to check along the bottom edge. We're going to set the flap to our liking. And right about there is where we're going to go ahead and we're going to fully tighten all the hardware. Now with the hardware fully tightened down, that completes the front install. You can repeat these same steps on the other side. Now let's jump to the rear. Here we have the rear laid out. What you'll get in your kit is your rear flap or splash guard for that corner. Then you'll get your material pull-through tab that will go inside the flap here or here. And then the hardware. We'll go ahead and put a breakdown of the hardware on the screen right now. Before we head to the vehicle, we're going to pre-install our pull-through tab, and we're going to do so that the etching faces down towards the logo. We're going to pull it from the side without the logo and click it into place on the side with the logo. So, little force, we'll get a nice little click. Now our flap is prepared. We're going to head to the vehicle and begin installing. Here we are at the rear of the vehicle. We're going to begin by removing the factory screws located in the fender's edge and one along the bottom. To do so, it's just a Phillips head drive, and we're going to go ahead and get ours are already loosened, so we're just going to go ahead and take them out by hand. And then the one located on the bottom. We'll take those screws, set them to the side. Now we're going to begin mounting by grabbing our prepared flap and the 1-inch button head screws with dress washers. And we're going to go ahead, and I just like to start with this middle point here in the fender well and get that so that we can get it hand started, and that will hang the flap in place. Now we can grab our other screws. They are all the same, so another 1-inch button head with a dress washer, and I'm going to go ahead and get that started into the bottom. Now I'm going to finish up with the remaining two, aligning the holes in the wheel well. With those all in place, we're going to take our Phillips head drive or Phillips head screwdriver, and we're just going to get these snug down. Again, like on the front, just keeping them slightly loose so that we can do our final adjustment. And there we go. Grab our level, check along the bottom edge with our level, getting it set to where we want. Now we're going to fully tighten down all of our screws. With those fully tightened down, that completes the rear install. You can repeat these same steps on the other side. Thanks for watching.